Hello and welcome to the Dead Air Dudes. I'm Izzy.
Raga, and I am also Batman.
Welcome back, one and all. Where this is going to be our DC Fandome information spectacular, and we're also gonna, give you also a couple of thoughts on some rapid fire things, particularly Netflix and a couple other things. And we're going to attempt to watch, because I'm not sure, Raka, have you seen the Batman trailer?
I have not.
So we're also going to attempt to watch that via Zoom. So,
We're going to catch my first reaction to.
Stay tuned for that. That being said, let's take it from the top. Fandome is the DC, it's like their summit that they do via, video and everything, where they'll bring out different cast members for movies and shows and comics, and they give their news, kind of like the Disney Marvel one, which I keep forgetting the name is, I think D21, but don't quote me on that. But they have one also, and that's where they announced the whole Marvel slate of films, which we're going to get into Marvel real quick. Matter of fact, let's start off with that with Marvel. They are delaying several films by a year. What do you think about
By
that?
a lot. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Obviously, not to be Captain Obvious, COVID has already backed up their production lineup.
Yep.
I don't know what the issue is right now. People are pining for a return to the movie schedule, at least to get what was promised back to normalcy. And then you hear this delay again. I'm not sure that's going to be well received. It's not well received by me. With all the other outlets and streaming, and there is money to be made with streaming, I don't understand why the delay right now. Is it production? Is it reshooting scenes that they didn't want to? Is it their timeline? Or is it exactly what everybody suspects it is? Money.
I think it's a compilation of all the things, but I think it has a lot to do with the success of the Disney streaming shows, in particular the original content that Marvel and Disney has put out, namely WandaVision, Loki, Winter Soldier, and the Falcon.
What if?
And what if soon to come Hawkeye and She-Hulk and all this stuff. And I think that the pressure to put out all these films is not as great as it once was. Why? The world is a different place than it was before COVID. There's less money to be made, if that's even possible.
Well, relatively speaking, Black Widow,
Mm-hmm.
Shang-Chi did not cash in what was expected, nowhere near what Endgame, Iron Man, Thor was raking in.
Well, of course, look, and like I said, the world is a different place. Now I know many people who have tried to watch Shang-Chi on other ways and have been able to do so, but they won't go to the theater to watch it. They'll wait the 45 days when Shang-Chi is on Disney Plus.
Otherwise, they go to Pirate Booty.
But even then, and that's one of the few things I give Disney credit for, they make it very difficult to get any pirate stuff. It's usually really, really shitty. So it's like they not even bother.
Oh, they do have a pretty good stronghold in controlling the world. Oh, did I just say that?
Anyway, moving on. So we have I know this is a DC episode, but let's finish up with Marvel real quick. Eternal is coming out in the next couple weeks, right?
Which we are going to see it live and possibly pirate it. No, we're not. I'm just
we're
kidding.
going to be wearing our shirts like two cornballs. There.
No, this time we're going to have different shirts. It's going to be flaming hot red.
Nice. Very good. So, and of course, Spider-Man No Way Home, which is in association with Sony. So, whatever.
I can't wait for that one, to be honest. I really want to see them.
let's go real quick. Major shakeups, like I mentioned before. They delayed 6 movies, starting with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which was originally planned for March 2022. It's now moved to May 5th, 2022. And that was the date for Thor, Love and Thunder, which now is moved to July 8th, 2022. Okay. And that is taking the spot of Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. And now that's moving back to November 11th, 2022. Now the Marvels, which I almost forgot about this one, I guess is Ms. Marvel and Captain Marvel. It got knocked off of 2022 completely, and will be released on February 17th, 2023. Jeez. And Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, which was delayed and now is planned for July 28th, 2023. And that's when we're going to see Kang, supposedly. Now, when they were talking about the shows in between, because people keep asking me, oh, when's Loki coming back? Maybe 2023. Okay.
Yeah, Loki and the Guardians of the Galaxy 5.
You're gonna have to repeat that, Rocco. I think your mic went out.
Oh. Loki and Guardians of the Galaxy 5 was paired with the 80s comic events in 86. No?
Then 2 movies completely have been pulled from the calendar in 2023, and they've been rescheduled. Actually, one for November 3rd, 2023, and the other one was just completely omitted altogether. So that being said, let's get back to DC fandom.
Let's get to DC.
All right. We're starting off with they showed they had I do believe it was the 25th anniversary of Smallville, right?
Okay.
And they both Tom Welling, Clark showed up, and also Lex Luthor showed up, and various other people and whatever. So that was kind of cool for all the
Smallville fans.
Oh yeah, they showed the clip for the Peacemaker TV show, which, spoiler alert, if you guys do not know, you should know by now. Peacemaker survives Suicide Squad. Be forewarned, spoilers. Okay, if you stay for the movie and you watch one of the 2 end credits, you know that, or you're gonna see that everywhere now since it's gonna get HBO Max, and you're gonna see John Cena's face plastered everywhere.
Will he be the same character, or are they gonna instill a different character?
As far as I know, it's the same character. I'm not sure. You have different characters that are, that any of the
I dug his outfit though. Really dug his outfit.
And a pet bald eagle named Eagly. Eagly? Yeah, Eagly. They have some animated shows, one Superman and Beyond.
And one wonders why DC can't keep up.
DC's League of Super Pets, another animated
again.
They showed the new season, or they announced the season of Doom Patrol and The Flash. They talked about the movie with Ezra Miller, and then they showed Grant Gustin's Flash. Talk about the Sandman, which if you haven't heard that, it's pretty cool. The audible. And Injustice, the video game, it leaped from the comics onto the big screen. Blue Beetle, we know that Sholem Madureina is playing him from Cobra Kai fame. He's playing the main character, Blue Beetle, which is, I guess the first Latino superhero movie, maybe in mainstream media. Then DC's The Monkey Prince, which takes the old tale and brings it to comic book fans. Gotham Knights, the video game, Batwoman, the TV show, Catwoman Hunted, which is animated, Legends of Tomorrow, which I thought they canceled already. Jesus Christ. You know, Batgirl, Titans, another season, Harley Quinn, the animated, Cape Crusader, the comic, talked about the toys with DC Direct and McFarlane, Young Justice, Phantoms, another animated episodes.
There's the animated Injustice I heard is pretty graphic.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it comes out.
And adult.
Yeah, well, let's be honest. That's one thing that DC always has gotten Marvel on is the animated series and animated movies. Up until What If, there was nothing that Marvel had produced that even hold a candle.
Yeah, because it's darker. It's darker content.
Well, so even that's one, but also the animation was just superior. The storyline was just superior. They went down and gave it their all that way. I wish they did the same thing in their freaking movies.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious with the animation. Now that anime has clearly taken over, do they up their game in sort of an anime style? Because it's clearly working.
I'm not sure because they did have a maybe it was last year, the year before, they had a Batman that was clearly like influenced by the Far East, and it was Batman Ninja or something was called, something along those lines was called, and it was super like anime or manga style, and I didn't see it because I'm not the biggest anime guy. Sorry, but yeah. And they talked about Sweet Tooth, the crossover of Wonder Woman, Trial of the Amazons, which is going to be a company-wide crossover. The Wonder Woman 80th anniversary is coming up. Shazam: Fury of the Gods, which is a sequel to the original Shazam, starring
and of course Black Adam's coming out.
Yes, the Naomi TV show that's being produced and by it's based off the Brian Michael Bendis comic, and yeah, I mean we can review that when it comes out. But the two big news tidbits that came out was they had the first look at Black Adam, and which you've seen. What do you think, Rocco?
Well, again, Black Adam, without putting too much for spoilers here, I'm not going to spoil any kind of plot lines or anything, but Black Adam has more of a divided superhero. He's not your conventional superhero. He's not all good, all bad.
I would say he's straight up a bad guy. I mean,
he's straight up a bad guy.
At least
but also he doesn't have these rules. He doesn't have these rules. So you have like a Superman who pretty much only killed. The only person he killed was like the bad Kryptonians. You have Wonder Woman who tries to love the world. You have Batman who will never, well, at least conventional canon, Batman won't kill somebody, he'll just put them away. Black Adam doesn't have these restrictions. No. So he's got infinite power. He has Superman-like power. So in that essence, you have a different skew on a super force.
Yeah. So I mean, look, it looks good. All the flash and the pizzazz. I'm gonna reserve my my comments until it comes out. Now, what I don't get, because I'm not even sure, maybe you guys can help me out there, is since Shazam and Black Adam obviously are adversaries, is Black Adam going to be a bad guy in this? And if so, as dark as Black Adam looks that's going to be, Shazam is pretty much a comedy.
Yes.
So how is that dynamic going to work?
I gotta say, this is where DC loses me. They don't have continuity. Shazam's a comedy. Um, Batman gets very dark and serious. Superman is quasi-serious and almost like a love story. I don't know where Black Adam's gonna go. He's a villain-centric storyline. And again, that's not a bad thing. Look at the Joker movie.
Mhm.
It was all bad guy.
Yeah, but
So,
don't forget that the
you know,
Joker movie is still, even though it's set within a universe, a DC universe, not the DC universe.
right.
Not one.
It's
It's not
set in
one,
a
obviously.
1980s universe, which of course, if that was the case, you have Wonder Woman 84, why didn't she intercede?
Yes,
Batman should have been around. I get that.
because
What
it's a whole different, complete different universe,
it's almost
different world, or
artistic
whatever.
interpretation, artistic liberties. So with that being said, and The Rock already pubbing it like he usually does to be cutting edge, to be his front and center answer to Marvel's success in the Marvel universe, to bring up the level, which they do need to bring up the level of supervillain, superhero, comic book to life movies. You hope there's something there that takes it to that level. I don't think he would be engaged into a project if he didn't fully invest and know that it's going in this X direction.
Right. No,
So you hope. Why would they attract star power? They had to.
of course,
Not that they're dying, but they're so second place to Marvel's success. To keep relevance and to keep up with them, they got to take different steps. The whole Snyder debacle, for all that it can or cannot be, was a total mess. It shows infighting within the DC universe. It shows creative differences. It shows a tug of war and a disconnect between viewing audience and production people. So, gotta say it straight out. DC, get your shit together.
yeah, it's like it's amazing. All they can make, all they can produce well is Batman movies. And come on, they have such a rich history of characters, such a rich history of villains, such a rich history of heroes. I mean, not particularly for my taste. I prefer the flawed hero. That's why I guess I prefer Batman over the great blue Boy Scout, from Krypton. But I don't know. I mean, you also mentioned Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which is a sequel to the quasi-hit Aquaman, which was a pretty decent film. Milestone Media's
Is
back.
Amanda Heard going to be in it?
Everything that I've read is that she was going to be in it, but I don't know the legitimate result of that. I mentioned before, Milestone Media was Static. That's coming back, which should be pretty cool. And now, as we promised Raka, we're going to attempt to show Raka and get his honest reaction of the Batman trailer. So bear with us and let's see how this goes.
Drum roll, please.
In the meantime, speak amongst yourselves.
Should we even broach the topic of the new Superman, or we won't even touch that?
We'll get into that.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Can you see it?
I can see glimpses of it. It's not pixelated, but it's a little bit on dial-up. Oh, the question mark. I think I know who this is. It's gotta be the Penguin.
When that light hits the sky, it's not just a call.
Sorry, I'm trying to make it bigger. Sorry, guys.
I think there's this full screen square right there.
Nope.
All right, play. Don't worry.
All
I
right.
got it.
It's a warning.
Is that better?
Yes.
I try to hurt you.
Take care of myself.
Catwoman.
This continues. It won't be long before you've nothing left. Care what happens to me.
It's only going to get worse for you.
What do they say? Rachel.
So different. Who are you under there?
Black. All of them.
No! I got you! You got it.
The perfect podcast.
All right. Go ahead. Comments, polls, opinions.
Okay, so obviously right from the get, with the question mark, Riddler's involved.
Yes. Yeah, Paul
There's
Dano.
another character
Paul
in there
Dano. Paul Dano plays the Riddler. Who the kid's a good actor. So I think he's gonna make him particularly creepy, and that should be. I'm looking forward to that. Go on.
Is Penguin involved? Or the
Yes,
different
actually, that's Penguin. That's played by Colin Farrell. The guy said, "Oh, I got you. I got
Yeah.
you." You know.
And of course, what's his name from Jeffrey Wright? He plays James Gordon. I'm a fan of his. I mean, he's a superior actor in my opinion.
He also plays the Watcher.
He plays the Watcher, and if you watch him from other things, I mean, right off the top, I think of Westworld. He was fabulous. He made the show, in my opinion. It's a great cast they have assembled.
Andy Serkis playing Alfred. You have Zoe Kravitz playing Catwoman.
Right, so there's a lot in there. I did read up a bit a while back about it. So yes, it's a year in from crime fighting.
Yeah, I do
And
believe
then
it's
now-
technically it's like his second year, like year
his
two.
second year, and things get escalated. You wonder if he was in over his head, and then there's a lot of internal questions and conflicts that he has to deal with and wrestle with to make it through. Now, it from the trailer, it looks like it captures the darkness that really is the Batman.
I mean, I get it. Batman's dark, and but it's just. But I did. I'm sorry.
What do you mean? Are you let down by this?
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, when he walks in and he's shooting him up, and he comes in and he just grabs the dude down. I am vengeance. I almost leaped out my chair. So it was
Something else, but
yeah. I mean, bring on the sparkly vampires. Let's do this shit. But no, look, and I think Pattinson's gonna kill it. And mind you,
as long as he doesn't talk like this.
Yeah, please. I mean, we all know. I mean, it's very simple. Or you can say, you know what, Alfred, make me a
voice changer.
Voice changer, and that's it. Oh, turn it on, and then you just assume that he's talking.
That is funny. That is funny how there are technology up to a zoo. There's gadgets up his ass. Makes Inspector Gadget look like a Boy Scout with a bow and arrow.
Exactly.
But he can't change his voice.
I mean,
he has to gargle razor blades, a whole set of big shavers.
Yet no one still cannot distinguish Clark Kent from fucking Superman.
Well, it's because the glass. Look, take the glasses
Yes,
off.
of course.
Izzy, take the glasses off. Look, take it off right there. Just, I don't know who he is. Who's this
Yeah,
motherfucker?
exactly.
All right, see that.
I mean, it's kind of like the she. It has the she's all that effect, you know. So yeah. Oh well, but yeah. Look, I think he's gonna knock it out of the park. I'm looking forward to this. I haven't looked forward to a Batman film in a very long time, so I had no hopes for this. But I mean, I actually really enjoy. You know, I mean, I thought Catwoman was
You're
fabulous,
saying
you know,
you're saying there's a chance.
saying there's a very good chance. You know, so yeah. And you know what? The one thing I'm most happy about, and this is gonna sound kind of weird, that there's no Joker. I'm ecstatic about it.
I am too. I am too, because it's kind of like enough. First of all, you can't revise this over and over again. There's a plethora of villains. There's Mr. Freeze. There's this, and we can go on and on and on. To deep dive into the complexity that is Batman, you can't do it with just one villain.
No.
You need not only just a villain, you need people on the border, like a Catwoman. Like, where's Batgirl? When is Robin going to be introduced?
Well,
There's a lot of.
You saw Circus did. He does mention Dick. No,
Yeah,
I don't think he was mentioning, you know, Batman's package.
No.
But
Batman is not Joker. Joker is not just in comparison to Batman. It's not in a bubble. There's so many other things, just like there was Justice League and other. There's a lot of components to the Batman, which I'm glad they will expand this. You hope they possibly can branch this out to other components of DC. Let's see where it goes.
yeah, that's all I can say.
If they take a cue from Marvel, Marvel just keeps adding on to their branches at the end or inside every episode. So they're always leaving you wanting, oh yeah, I forgot that character. Oh, where this is gonna, this is how they're connected. Okay, where it's brilliant. It's a brilliant move.
Marvel, I mean, not to get into it, but Marvel already, they're at this point, they're just, the training was off. You're in for the ride. Now we're just gonna throw everything at you. So just get ready. Who's this?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Figure it out. Boom, bang, bang.
You had Earth, 9 realms, Asgard, now Thanos' world, now the universe, now the end, the game master, the entire damn universe. And if that weren't enough, Marvel threw in you the multiverse.
Yeah.
And then time.
If people
Yeah, the singularity that is time, and the non-singularity that is multiple dimensions and multiple planes of time.
If they understand the multiverse, that's it, man. It's all good.
What I can only hope for, possibly 2030, is the multiverses colliding in a DC versus Marvel onslaught.
Well, I did read an article on that today. I cannot remember with a reputable source or not, but there's been over many a time where Marvel references DC. Matter of fact, in the new Eternals trailer, Icarus, right? He mentioned, one of the kids mentioned, oh, it's Superman, whatever, with with the eyes, and then he goes, I don't have a cape. So they acknowledge that freaking that.
Well, it's also a little bit of a dig, you know.
No, but the point is, I mean, hey, first thing I'm saying, oh shoot, looks like Superman, but the King in the North. But that's not, yes, I'm still hurt about that. But back, last words on DC. So thumbs up for me. And as Rocco so simply put it, I guess we'll see what happens on March 22nd.
Well, on the heels of what you mentioned, real quick, on the heels of what you mentioned about the pushback for the
Marvel, yes, of
course, the Marvel showings, this is DC's time to wedge themselves now into the forefront. If you're moving your stuff back, we're going to fill the void, and you hope that they do just that.
Well, on the heels of that, we'd be remiss not to mention the news that happened, 2 weeks ago, where it caused a firestorm on social media and all over the place on how Superman is not bisexual. But the clickbaited article, which I'm pretty sure that DC doesn't really care. Hey, a view is a view, a bait's a bait, and news is news. It's not Clark
And a
Kent.
sucker's a sucker for whatever you say.
And it is not Clark Kent, but Jonathan Kent.
Alternate universe son of Lois and Clark.
Yeah, so which somehow I have not read the book. Well, I know of the book. I haven't, really read up to. For some reason, they aged him up another 5 years, so now he's, a teenager.
But the whole point being the reimagining of characters to be more representative, more inclusive, is inescapable on all platforms.
Of course.
Comic books, mainstream movies, series, TV shows, regular books, everything. It's a very polarizing topic. I can see myself both sides of the argument for both. Just like many things, change is hard to swallow by a lot of people, especially hardcore conservatives. I get it. What I just hope is that no matter where things go, please maintain artistic integrity.
Of course, look, let's be honest, comic books and comic book fans and comic book collectors from originally, it is an old boys club, meaning it's been around forever. And so it was the geeky guys who lived in their mom's basement and ate Hot Pockets. And, I include myself in one of those. No basement.
Hey,
I mean,
the Hot Pockets are pretty good, man.
And now that it's cool to be a geek or a nerd or whatever you want to call us now, it's different. And a lot more people are into our fandom, which is awesome, but we can't gatekeep this bullshit and say that, inclusion is bad. We can't say, you can't because you can't read comics or be a comic fan because you're a woman or a man or gay or straight or, anything, purple, and the fact that they brought into inclusion Tim Drake and other characters, and now Jonathan Kent, it's almost like DC is hedging their bets. And okay, we're not making Superman bisexual, but here's a cookie.
We'll make his son.
Yeah, it's Robin is gender fluid. Oh, but it's not Dick Grayson. It's not Damian Wayne. Heck, it's not even Jason Todd, but it's Tim Drake. So, have a cookie, So I get it. It's, drips and drabs, little nibbles here and there, but we're going to get there. And that's all I'm going to say. I mean, I guess, good for him, whatever. As long as the story makes sense and it's a good story.
Exactly. Artistic integrity.
Exactly. Cool. Everyone else who can deal with it, then go F yourselves.
Yes, everybody should be buying. Everybody should be partake. Everybody should be represented. That's true. You no longer see it. You haven't seen it in a while on all media. There's a progressive movement with inclusion, which as of by itself, in a movement as itself, is for the betterment of humankind. People had an issue with the changing of the Superman motto.
Yes.
Especially with the American Way thing. And the American Way ending of the motto has been modified to, it's eliminated and it's been replaced with moving forward.
Yeah.
Which I get it. I just don't understand why you couldn't have both. Because I think in my opinion, it would have strengthened the new American Way, which is inclusive, all together, moving forward. Don't see why one had to replace the other when they could have been all used.
Well, I mean,
together. I get it. I get why, and I'm not an idiot, and I can't really touch on this forum is not for politics or social justice. We're all for that, which of course, being we are minorities, but being for that, we also understand that we can't go back in time to everything and change all the characters of Moby Dick into modern day. you could, you just have to call it today's modern Moby Dick, you know. And that's in a way what I guess is attempted here in all the revisions, remakes, renditions, reimagining. So, like you had just mentioned at the beginning of this topic, a lot of it was for clickbait, a lot of it was for attention, a lot of it was for front running to kind of beat their chest and be like, "Oh, we're ahead of the game now, and we're one of the champions of change."
Truth,
For
justice, and a better tomorrow.
there you go. So, with that said, continue to buy your comics, expand your horizons, delve into your imagination. Hell, write a book, poetry, do it yourself, express yourself, be an artist. We're all artists. And
Yes,
remember,
Phil.
always save the whales.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself. As usual, please comment, like, subscribe to our videos. And if you like more of the stuff, we're trying to get more into, into the comics. We're gonna have some good interviews with some up and coming creators of the independent scene. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm Izzy.
Making it happen the American way. All right,
I'm Izzy.
I'm Raka. He's Izzy. We are the 10 Dudes. Pow, bam.
Alakazam. Take care, guys.